Joined once again by One Soccer's Christian Jack. KJ, over the course of Jesse Marsch's 25 games, the head coach of the Canadian men's national team, I think one theme is clear. This team will always respond after a loss and won't be pushed around. What did you make of their performance against number 13 Colombia?
Yeah, look, I think they showed they belong with some of the elite teams in the world. And, you know, it was not an easy night for them. There was a raucous crowd here, a pretty explosive Colombia side despite a number of changes. And I think what we're seeing, Matt, is they're growing into being a very, very good team without the ball. And that's really important as they move forward with their mission, which is obviously trying to get through a World Cup group and then more importantly trying to get through a last 32 game, which sounds like a lot for a team that is yet to ever win a game in the World Cup, but the expectations are getting higher, no? When you go out and can deliver like this. Look, there's still a lot of work to be done when they receive the ball back and in possession, slowing the game down, but with the ball again defensively, some really good performances.
One key there that you mentioned, and Jesse Marsch even told me afterwards, that quality in the final third. No goals during this window. And I'm sure Jonathan David will look at the back heel of Jacob Schaffelberg's foot and rue that missed opportunity when they put the ball in the net. Jesse Marsch said that in the World Cup, it's key not to concede goals. It is also key to score them as well.
It's the hardest thing in the game to do, and it's becoming harder for Canada. Look, a couple of things. I thought the set pieces were not as strong in this window than the last one, but they also played two very good defensive sides from set pieces, so that plays a part in it. That means you have to keep working on that. And Jonathan David wasn't quite at his best, but he almost got that chance. So they know that the goals will come, and that's what Jesse Marsch has said. But I'm with you. I do think that there's going to be at least a couple of teams that they play in the World Cup. They'll be looking at the Canadian style and say, how are you going to break us down? And I think that's the onus now. What we've seen here in Jesse Marsch is that he has taken the team and said, we believe that we need to get better without the ball. And in many ways, has probably evolved and developed quicker than he thought they would before now. And so now the next line of questioning is, what can you do with it? So as I mentioned before, defensively they've been very good. Maybe they're a little bit a victim of their own success with the progress, and expectations have suddenly soared because of it.
My final line of questioning tonight, and again we go back to this, is the goalkeeping position. Dane St. Clair was certainly under pressure at particular times, especially late. What did we make of his positioning and how he commanded his net?
I thought his distribution was very good. How he commanded his net, I don't think he didn't have a lot to do, to be fair. The big chance, the Luis Diaz chance, which I have to say came from a transition, and Ismail Kone had Canada in possession about 15 seconds earlier than that. So Colombia did to Canada what Canada do to a lot of teams. I thought his positioning seemed to be fine. Luis Diaz, you'd expect to score. I don't think he could have done much different for that. But look, this is an ongoing storyline. We go into November with Ecuador to come and Venezuela, and we're still nowhere nearer closer to deciding who that number one is.
There's one thing we could certainly see after this result, not only just exhaling, but a lot of confidence from many of those around this program. And you mentioned it already. This window is done. Now on to November and Venezuela and Ecuador.